All right, whatever episode number we're in, I'll probably have to look on my phone because I forgot. Maybe 106, 107, whatever. Um, but yeah, I've actually had one booked. God, nobody cares about this. Had one booked. Stuff came up. My friend Jen, um, and we had to postpone it for reasons that everybody knows about, but I'm not going to get into that right now because or ever. Anyway, my good friend Jennifer, well, good friend, gosh damn, I haven't seen you for 20 plus years. But anyway, she was going to book it, had to work late, and we're going to reschedule. It'll be a great conversation. But anyway, the first and oh, uh, something important. Jenny has her surgery today, and a random happy accident. When I was working at Costco today in the tire shop, Sean stopped. Sean had to go do some shopping at Costco, and he's walking up in front of the tire shop, and I saw him. So of course, run out, give him a big hug, and um, he obviously Shani was sending him updates on how the surgery was going. So it is 11 p.m. at night on the same day, and obviously I'm not going to be texting Shani when she's dealing with that right now. So it seemed like it was going good. Um, I think the update that Sean had was the surgery was going to take an hour or two longer than expected, but at that point, everything seemed to be good. So, love you, Jenny. Um, Thoughts and prayers, lots of love going out to you. Um, yeah, and it was kind of, yeah, just again, I don't believe in causation or whatever, but it was cool that I saw Sean today. Um, Lots of love to the family and lots of love to Jenny and, of course, Shani's parents. Um, and yeah, that was fucking cool. Um, what else? My brothers, both of them from Tennessee, are coming out the first weekend of November. It's a quick trip for my brother's friend from high school, Dennis's birthday, I believe. Um, and my brother Michael's coming out with him. So they're going to fly in Saturday morning, go straight to the birthday party, and then they have to fly back Monday. But yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be able to see both my brothers, and they will get to meet Krista for the first time. Yes, I'm going to make Krista go with me to this um, to my brother Wes's friend from high school, Dennis. I'm gonna make her go to this birthday party for me, where she knows nobody and has never met my brothers. It's gonna be so incredibly comfortable. Yeah. No. Anyway, that's gonna be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. Um, Help my uncle Oscar set up his new computer he bought, and it was so funny. I mean, I work at Costco, but I'm in the tire shop, so I don't see like the tech stuff. But he always had like a desktop, a home desktop. But now desktops have transitioned where the entire computer, and I know anybody that watches this is going to be laughing at me because I'm old and I don't know this, but they have, as computers advance, technology advances, all the components and everything shrinks. So, yeah, kind of like with age. That happens to men too. Everything shrinks with age. Anyway, so the entire computer is now just in the screen, the computer screen, the flat screen, the monitor has everything in it. So it's just literally a monitor and a keyboard. That's it. You don't have to have this big boat anchor hard drive or computer on the floor next to you. If you want a desktop, it's just a monitor and a keyboard. So yeah, thank God for advances in technology. But yeah, I was able to help him set that up, transfer some files from his old computer and put it on this. And Krista came down there with me. That was great. Um, yeah. And also a big October birthday shout out. We have the October birthdays are a thing. So Pam's birthday was October 1st. I think Craig's was the 2nd, October 2nd, and then somewhere in there, our friend Thaddeus, his birthday is also in October. So shout out to the October birthdays. That's amazing. You guys still look like you're 30. um, let's see what else. Yeah, I'm gonna rebook this podcast with my friend Jen. That's gonna be a great conversation. The last one, I think the last one I posted was it Stephanie? Um, Retired Portland cop who now lives in Idaho. That was a great conversation. I'm not just trying to plug myself or my own podcast, but yeah, it was a really great conversation. And if anybody actually watches it, Gwen, my one listener, she'll probably watch it. But other than that, yeah, I had never actually met her in person or spoken to her in my entire life, but we kind of got into the law enforcement field at around the same time in the mid 90s. So I think I knew her name from that. But but it was just such a great conversation. And yeah, I had never spoken to her in person until that podcast. But it was great. And I think her husband's name was Chris. God, I hope I remember that right. Sounds like they have an amazing piece of property out there in Idaho, and I think it was her husband's sister and her husband that have a house on the property. If I God, hope I remember this. I need to buy some nootropics. Oh my God, Rogan keeps talking about nootropics, and it's a real thing. Also, creatine. That's a real thing. 20, 25 years ago, everybody was doing creatine to get bigger muscles, but it's actually a nootropic. It actually helps cognitive function. And I was just listening to a doctor the other day talk about this. It seems studies are showing that it seems to have maybe even more of an impact or an effect on females, on women. It's great for both men and women, but the nootropic or cognitive ability impacts seem to be even a little more pronounced with women. So do creatine. It is. I don't think there's any side effects. It's harmless. There's no negative side effects, but it seems to be a really it's a benefit that they just discovered in the last few years. So yes, creatine. Everybody should be supplementing with it. And then, God, that just made me think of something else. Oh, James and Dondi. Yes. Randomly this past Sunday, um, Krista got a text from her brother James, who I'd never met before, but he was like, "Hey, you want to meet up?" So we met up on the waterfront, um, kind of the old school waterfront by McMenamins on the Columbia. Parked there, and then we walked from there all the way to the new downtown Vancouver waterfront and stopped at the AC Hotel, which I have to give lots of props to. That is a great location to go. Just relax. It's never overcrowded. It's never noisy. It's not crazy. Great drinks, great appetizers, great happy hour. The food is really good. Great space. AC Hotel. Go in there and have some food and a drink. Anyway, met there, so I got to meet Krista's brother James and his wife Dondi. Great conversations. They are both amazing people. We had lunch there and then walked all the way back to McMenamins on the Columbia. Yeah, and it was cool. Um, yeah, super happy. Looking forward to hanging out with them again. So, and then yeah, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but Saturday we went up to hike St. Helens, not the mountain itself, but um, Krista's good friend Kimberly and her husband Wade had found a trail biking thing up there around St. Helens. I think Marble Mountain, something like that. Anyway, so we just woke up Saturday morning and was like, well, let's go do it. And did some mapping, stuff like that. We ended up at what was called it's Ape Canyon Trail. So we parked at the trailhead there. It's a small parking lot, and you can hike from the trailhead. We went 3 miles up, and at that point, you're not actually on St. Helens. You're right next to it though. But we went 3 miles up, and it's a nice steep hike. God, great exercise. Good cardio, but it's also a lot of uphill. So there's some resistance training there, and uh, and I was like, dude, we have to keep going until I get a view of St. Helens. And we found a perfect one. Also met a couple of random hikers, two amazing ladies that had two dogs that were, no, three dogs actually, that were awesome. But they happened to be stopped at the viewpoint. So I got to see St. Helens, be that close to it, because I remember I was 8 years old, May 18th, 1980, when the big eruption happened, and I could see it from our house in Canby, Oregon. I remember seeing the friggin' eruption. And then I've spent my entire life, whether it was, Salem Bend, but most of it in the Portland, Vancouver area. And I'd never been to Mount St. Helens. I'd never been that close. So it was really friggin' cool um, to do that, to go hike there and get a great view of it. And yeah, there's so much history at St. Helens, obviously, that I know because that eruption happened when I was alive. So yeah, it was a really great Saturday. Um, and then the next day is when I got to meet James and his wife Dondi, and yeah, I'm way too too much personality, but it was great. Yeah, so just wanted to jump on and kind of vent or verbally vomit. Um, yeah, a lot of good stuff happening. I am also kind of enjoying the change of season. I'm gonna miss the. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss the. Oh, it's bedtime. I'm gonna miss the warm summer days, but also I kind of like fall. Nice to be able to wear my Kenny Chesney hoodie and football jerseys. So, all right, this was impromptu. I'm sure it sucks. Actually, no, it's friggin' amazing. Sparrow and the other guy at the open mic that night at Cascade who kept yelling at me because I got on stage to do open mic, and I kind of just said, "Hey, this is probably gonna suck," but and they were like yelling at me, "Don't ever say that to the crowd. You're amazing." So yes, I'm amazing. All right, guys. Have a good night. Lots of love to Jenny and the October birthdays. Looking forward to seeing my brothers very soon. And whoever else I missed or forgot. Oh, and Garrett's back to work. God, I can't believe it took this long for me to think about Garrett. He is actually back to work. Inside joke, Garrett, you're a dumbass, but it's good to have you back, buddy. All right, take care, guys. Um, I'll be back soon with an actual guest.